Good afternoon, Athens. I'm Wes Clark. This week, our theme for the webcast has been a look behind the scenes where we show you what goes on at Grady News Source before we go live. I'm joined in the studio with our producer this week, Christine Dial.
Hello,
How's
Wes.
it going?
It's going pretty well, just getting everything in order, looking at the rundown, making sure all the times are right. We had a few news stories come in at the very end, and they're great stories, so I'm really excited about them, but it's just been getting everything in order. Ready to go?
Now, can you explain, you just elaborated on it. Now, can you explain to the viewers at home just how much work goes into producing a newscast for Grady News Source?
I mean, it really is. I was excited and I was a little anxious to do that this week, and it's really been great. It's the best part about it is the fact that our news team, like everyone involved, the whole class is really a team, and everyone works to help everyone else to make sure that the newscast goes as great as it can go.
Gotcha. Now, I understand, even though the producer is a demanding position, was there any pros that you liked about producing this week?
I really liked, trying to help solve problems that people would run into. But yeah, it was difficult. I didn't like, telling people. I like it more to be more collaborative. So that's what we tried to keep it this week.
That's nice. Now, as your time as producer draw near close, what piece of advice would you like to tell our colleagues here at Grady who's coming into this position after you? What piece of advice would you like to share with them?
I would say just relax. Like I said, I was really pretty anxious to do this and a little nervous, and really everybody, especially your assignment editor, like the assignment editor and the associate producer, they really have your back and they help you out with anything, and you can, if I'm not sure, I didn't know which would be better, like what was the best decision, and they would really help me, and I don't think I could have done it without them. So it was really fun, but it really was everyone else as a team that made it a lot easier to be producer this week.
Well, that's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork. I know this is cliche, but teamwork is dream work.
Indeed it is. It is.
Today, Pope Benedict XVI made his public farewell. His final words were delivered to 10,000 people who gathered at Castel Gandolfo in Italy. He wanted to reassure people that he may not be the Pope anymore, but he is still in the church. He's just a pilgrim who's starting the last part of his pilgrimage on this earth. Benedict's historic resignation occurred at 8 p.m. but 2 p.m. Eastern Time. He was the first pope in over 600 years to resign from this position. 2 members of the Tuskegee Airmen are set to visit UGA tonight for a panel discussion. They will discuss the challenges of serving in the U.S. Army Corps despite the segregation of the military and the country's deep racial divide at the time. The event is free to the public and will take place in the UGA chapel at 6:30 p.m. Good news for students still looking for a chance to get tickets to this year's spring concert featuring rapper Kendrick Lamar. University Union started posting Kendrick Lamar trivia on their Facebook this week to give students a chance to win tickets to the show. The first person to comment and answer the question correctly wins. Be sure to visit the University Union Facebook page for your chance to win. Universities Union's Committee for Black Cultural Programming have linked with this year's African Student Union in Infinite Appeal to host its first benefit fashion show. The money from the event will go to Keep a Child Alive, which is an organization that provides treatment, food, and orphan care to children with HIV/AIDS. The show will feature a speaker, fashion show, a dance performance, and refreshments. Tickets for students are $5 and $7 for non-students. Doors open at 7 p.m. Over the weekend, our web producer, Brittany Chenelle, did an interview with Radio 1 Atlanta's social media manager, G. Woods. Let's take a look.
Video is my passion. Social media just happened to come because Facebook was adopted and I had just started at the station. Video production for me started real young. I was in middle school and there was this TV production lab we had just built at my middle school called the CNN News Lab. And then from there, this guy, Tashimpo McKinge, was the teacher. Actually, he just asked me to do his a career day at his school, so that's pretty cool. I started there. We would do a daily newscast each morning. I went from being the cameraman to the director. I was writing script, all types of stuff. And it was just a middle school newscast, but you know, that's where it all started. He taught me Final Cut and Avid and a lot of these editing softwares, but it kind of started from there where I started getting into the whole video and editing and all that stuff.
Okay, and so what is it about video production that you love the most?
I'm a visual and creative person, so I like, you know, make things, I like to tell stories, in all honesty. I like to tell, you know, how we got from here to there or how something got from there to here. So, you know, I can visually tell that story via a video, via a tweet. So, you know, I think I'm pretty good at it. So
It's your thing.
It's my thing, I guess.
We were going to have Miss Chenelle in the studio with us today, but she's a little bit under the weather. To check out the full interview, you can visit GradyNewsSource.com. Coming up this evening, I will give you an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of Grady News Source and what all goes on minutes before our show airs live. The footage we gather will be posted on GradyNewsSource.com. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I'm Wes Clark, your web anchor for this week. Have a nice evening, Athens.